Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make the beautiful Bella. Hope you enjoy. The first flower that I'm putting in my wreath is a peony. It's mauve and it has a dried look to it, which makes it look even more real. When you put it in, make sure that you angle it to the left. Next, I'm adding a mauve dahlia and angling it facing the right. So you're basically going to put the stems in sideways. All of these flowers are from a store called Select Artificials. It's a wholesaler, so you have to have a license and an EIN number to order from them and create an account. If you don't have that, I'm sure you can find beautiful flowers and style it the same way. Now for the taupe dahlia, you are going to put it directly in the wreath so the dahlia is facing up. But you need to make sure that the stem is not too long, otherwise it will stick out in the bottom of the wreath. So make sure after you're done with your wreath to look at the bottom and use wire cutters to cut the stem if it was a little too long. These are also a dried look, and it's a mini rose bundle. Mauve as well. What you're going to do here is put it in the wreath, angle it towards the left and upwards. And then basically what I'm doing is just kind of moving around the leaves because I don't want the leaves to take away from any of the flowers, but I also want them to be visible just to show a little bit of green and to also make the wreath look fuller in that area. Leaves are a great way to cover up any gaps as well. So make sure if you see gaps to try to use the leaves. The greenery in this wreath is pretty simple. This is eucalyptus and I bought it from a store called G&G Distributors. Again, it's wholesale, but anyone can order from them online, although it is a little bit more money. The eucalyptus is going to angle in two ways. The first piece you see me putting in is going to angle upwards. And then the second piece, I'm going to angle down. And I'm going to repeat this on the other side. I didn't want this wreath to have a lot of full greenery because I really love the flowers. They are even more beautiful in person. And sometimes greenery can take away from flowers. So there's enough where it looks full, but it doesn't overpower. I hope that makes sense. As you can watch me continuing to add the greenery, I'm going to give you guys some tips. The first tip is make sure you have a great set of wire cutters. Also, you want a glue gun that gives you a strong heat setting. The hotter it is, the better the glue will stick and hold everything into place. And the last thing that you want is to put this beautiful wreath up on your front door and then something fall out of it. Trust me, when I first started, this happened to me all the time. I use a glue pot with glue pellets, but a hot glue gun will work just as well. I find it to be easier, and because I'm making wreaths all the time, the easier, the better. So as you can see, I'm almost done adding all of the eucalyptus. There's just one more piece to go. And also, when you add the eucalyptus, make sure you spread out the leaves. This specific eucalyptus that I'm using has 3 different stems. So you could see right there as I'm pulling it, I'm just kind of trying to make sure it is bushing out a little bit. But again, not too much. Whenever I'm making a wreath, I always like to put in a small personal touch. It would amaze you to see a difference of a wreath that doesn't have a little add-on versus a wreath that does. So for this wreath, I decided to use green baby's breath. And I'm using 4 pieces. 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. We're going to be getting to that soon. For what you just saw me doing, part of the seeds fell off of the eucalyptus. Sometimes that happens even when flowers and greenery are high quality. So I just dipped it into my glue pot and then stuck it back on to ensure that it will not fall off again. Like the eucalyptus, I don't want the baby's breath overpowering the wreath, which is why I'm not using a lot of it, just enough so that you could see it. The other issue when you're at the end of making a wreath is the grapevine is pretty full. Everything in this wreath is going into the same area, so you could see that I struggled a little bit getting it in. A suggestion for you to do, which I did not do, is kind of take a peek, and you could even use a pen to just make a little hole or kind of loosen up the grapevine to make sure that you can easily put it in the grapevine. But make sure if you do that, you don't make it too big, because then it can easily fall out if the glue has nothing to attach itself to. Just like the eucalyptus, I'm angling some of the baby's breath down and some upwards. And this baby's breath was also from Select Artificials, although, unfortunately, I believe it is now discontinued. I know G&G has some though, so you could make sure to order it from there if you do order some of this greenery. The last step is just adding that last piece of baby's breath, and then there you have it. This is my Bella wreath. Please make sure if you liked this video to actually like it, comment, please ask any questions. And if you struggle making this wreath but love it as much as I do, you are more than welcome to visit my Etsy shop at www.divinebydesigns.etsy.com. All of my other social media channels are also in my bio. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.